Hello guys, so today we shall going to learn about self join. So as we know, SQL has different types of joins. One of them being self join, there's inner join, there's left join, there's right join, there's also full outer join, there's also cross join, natural join. So today we shall going to focus on understanding the self join. So basically, what the self join is a type of join where you join a table to itself. So you have a table, a single table, and within that tables there's a column, two columns that are related to each other. So we're going to use those two columns to join and come up with a end product of after joining those two tables. So self join is a join where you join a table to itself and is normally used when rows in the same table are related to each other. So for example, we have this table. It's called emp manager. So emp manager is a table. So this is the table. So it has four columns: emp ID, emp name, salary, and manager ID. So if you see emp ID 1 as is manager, emp ID 4, and if you see manager ID 4 is a employee managed by emp ID 2. If you see manager ID 5 is an employee also managed by emp ID 6. So if you look at these two columns, they are related to each other. So for that case is when now we're going to use the self join to answer these two questions. So the first question was list all employees along with the names of their respective manager. Yeah, so for that case, let's write our query. So let's select from our table is emp manager, and then we're going to give it alias k, and then we're going to join this table with itself, but we'll assume it's join using another table. So we will write emp manager, then L, and then we're going to use join on. So these are the two columns that we're going to join. So we're going to say k dot manager ID equals to L dot emp ID. So we've used these two column where we've said you'll join the two tables, the original table and its duplicates, using these two columns since they are related. So k dot manager ID, so this is our manager ID, and then we're going to use L dot emp ID, so this is our emp ID, and then here we're going to write columns. So first column, let's write it emp ID, then emp e dot k dot our first table was k, so we write k dot emp ID, and then we write k dot emp name, and we give this alias as employee name, and then we write L dot, and then we give it this one as employee, manager name. So we've gotten the emp ID, we've gotten our relevant columns. Therefore, let's run this query. Yeah, so our question was list all employee along with the names of their managers. So these are employee. Brian is being managed by Mercy. Faith is being managed by James. Kelvin is being managed by Mercy. Her manager is Faith. James, her manager is Amina. Her manager is Faith. Amina, Otieno, and Wanjiku, they are managed by Faith. So I think that one is clear. Now let's proceed to the next question. So our next question is find all employees who earn more than their respective manager. Find all employees who earn more than their respective manager. So let's go back to the original table. So this is the original table. So we want to know the employees having more salary compared to their manager. That means we'll have to find the employee and the manager, and then we find their respective salary. So let's start writing the query. So select and then from, so our table is called emp manager. So the first table, let's give it an alias of m, and then we're going to join it. So we're going to join it with the duplicates of the same table. So m to manager, then let's give it alias k, or let's give it h. On m dot, one of the column is manager ID, equals to h dot emp ID, and then we're going to write the relevant column. So first of it will be m dot emp name, and then we're going to write to give alias as employee name, then we write h dot emp name. Let's just put it here as manager name, and then we write their salary. So we'll start with m dot salary, and then we alias it as employee salary, and then we write the salary of the manager, which is h dot salary, and then we give it alias as manager salary, and then we run this query. So once we run this query, we can see the employee salary and the manager salary. So we're going to compare the employee salary and the manager salary so that we can be able to answer our question, which is asking to find all employees who earn more than their respective salary. So that means the employee salary should be greater than the manager salary. So for that case, we can use CTE with, let's say, CTE as and then we can write select star from CTE where employee salary is greater than manager salary, and then we're going to run this. So you can see these are the employees whose salary is greater than their respective manager. So Brian has a salary of 10,000 and his manager has a salary of 5,000. That means Brian, being the employee, is earning more salary than her manager, Mercy. And then her Faith, her salary is 15,000, and his manager is James, is having is earning 12,000. That means Faith, being the employee, is earning more salary compared to his manager. And then we have Kelvin and Mercy. So Kelvin, being the employee, is earning 10,000, and Mercy, being the manager of Kelvin, is earning 5,000. That means the employee salary is greater than the manager salary. So I think the self-join concept is very interesting, and I hope you can use this table to practice and also keep on revising this kind of self-join question. And let's meet in the next video. Thank you.